Hi, my name is Hawley. I'm a PGA teaching professional at Winchester Country Club, and I will be the first woman to participate in the Mass Open. I qualified into the Mass Open by finishing 4th at the PGA Section Championship in 2019. I recently found out through an email that I was the first woman to play in this event. I think it's a huge honor to be the first ever to play in an Open or any event, right? So I was very surprised, honored, very excited, but also nervous too to find that out. Yes, so my husband, Scott Hawley, played professionally, and in 2010, he finished 2nd at Wellesley Country Club, and then the following year, it was held at Oak Hill in 2011, and he finished 15th. That week, he is not going to help me read greens. No, he's caddied for me multiple times, obviously on the Symetra Tour and then, on the major tournaments. So he knows my game really well. But the putting greens, he knows to kind of stand away, either get the flag, step away. Rarely do I ask him to read a putt for me, and when I do ask him, he's like, oh my God, don't put me in that position again. Like, you're a really good putter, and if you miss, most likely it's gonna be me and my read. So yeah, he's very helpful, especially with I think he's super helpful with wind conditions, right, and clubbing me. And then we'll talk about course management here and there. But short game wise, he's like, do your thing, you're good. I'm actually playing for 2 right now. I'm 18 weeks pregnant, so when I play in the Mass Open, not only will I be the first female, but first female that is pregnant with a child to play in the Mass Open. So I had just played professionally for a living, and obviously I was very experienced in the playing aspect of it, but I had no idea what it was like in the golf business. So I came here as an assistant professional position at Winchester Country Club in 2016. And then also my husband's from Shrewsbury, Mass. He grew up here in Massachusetts, playing in all your events. And so that brings me here to the state. So I grew up in the Midwest. I picked up the game when I was about 11, 12 years old, obviously late, but I played high school golf, was very fortunate enough to get a scholarship my senior year to play for Illinois, and I had a great career where I had some top 10 finishes. I've had 2 wins, and then obviously I was passionate about playing still, so then I played for a living for 6 years on the Symetra Tour. The KPMG in 2018, right? This is my first time ever playing in a major. And on the first tee box, they had, it's tight because they had the stands and everything. And I started off the first hole, and it's just this tight fairway, right? Bunker on the left. Because it's a major, you can't miss the fairways because you just won't have the chance to hit the approach shot on the green. I just remember I was over the ball after they had announced me, and my hands kept shaking. Even when I'm holding the club, I tried so hard to keep my hands steady, and I was just don't shank it. I just had no idea what my body was gonna do, and I was just hit it in the vicinities of the fairway, and I hit it out there, and I was so relieved after I hit that first shot or that first drive. But the funny part is the way that golf course was set up, people were actually walking through the parking lot that was actually near that first green. And so there were more people surrounding the green. And I was like, oh my God, there's still more people watching, And my husband's like, it's okay, just get through the first hole. The second hole, it's more out towards the golf course. But I would say that was probably the first time I've ever been super nervous, to the point where I just couldn't control my body and had no idea where this ball was gonna go. So it was, I made it. And I think experiences like that allow me to feel a little less nervous. Obviously, Playing in the Mass Open is awesome. I'm sure I'll still be super nervous. But again, you have that experience and it starts getting a little more comfortable. My goals. Making the cut would be nice. I really don't know what to expect because again, this is my first experience playing in a men's tournament. My 8-iron carries 138. My driver carries 225 and probably rolls about 240. I'm looking forward to playing it during the Pro-Am next Friday. Just getting used to the golf course, and again, with my caddy by my side who has seen the golf course, I'm hoping he can give me some good advice. He just told me to hit a lot of 3-woods and 5-woods and hybrids to get ready, you know, just to prepare myself. Obviously, you know, with the shorter clubs, you're more comfortable, but obviously playing a longer golf course, I'm gonna have to feel more confident with my longer clubs. You know, I think my story is so relatable. I thought about this the other night. I have a bunch of students here at the club, girls who have to play golf with the boys. Either they're on the high school team or they're at a golf facility where they're playing with boys. It's still a male dominant sport, and as our numbers with females grow, which is what we're aiming for, I think the story is relatable, you know. I'm just thinking about, you know, my first time playing with the club pros in my section, right? I was so nervous. I was afraid of being judged because I didn't know where my game stood next to the other club pros. It's just an intimidating first experience, that first round. And I'm sure so many other women can relate to that as you see more women playing golf for their jobs, wanting to play in Pro-Ams or getting the invite, you know, from their higher ups to play golf. And so, you know, it's okay to be nervous because I've been through it, you know. But what my experience has been is I love playing with my peers. All the section, I mean, I played in tons of section events in 2019 and 2020, and I've only had good experiences. Obviously that nervousness, that intimidation kind of goes away over time as you do it more. And so I want to encourage more women and girls to not be afraid and go through that hurdle, because as you do it more again, it gets more comfortable. And I want to show them as an example as I play in the Mass Open with men, that, you know, regardless of the outcome, you are doing something amazing, and I'm looking forward to a great week.